But Spain, this is what these people have gotten going on here.
Yeah.
Spain introduces porn passport to stop kids from watching smut. So a lot of people do want them to figure something out so the kids can't be watching porn.
Which is not unreasonable. Like, again,
how it plays out's hilarious.
I often think, like, man, I don't know what it would be like being a teenager with just full access to porn all the time.
I know. I remember printing out my one photo, having it fucking balled up.
Dude, I remember I went to someone's house, and then the dad had they're like, oh,
that's a fucking gold.
My dad has like a fucking every Playboy ever or whatever, and then someone was like, you want to take one? I was like, yeah, and then I remember I took one, and then I just but I couldn't I was like worried to keep it in my house, and I just ripped out a few of the pages and just had those folded out.
Those pages must have been fucking nice at the time. That shit was hard to come by, man. You're jacking off to fucking calendars and like catalogs
Britney
and shit
Spears,
like that. Whatever you can get, man, using your mind like a sorcerer. But anyway,
now these kids are gonna have to go back to the woods.
These kids are gonna. That's gonna be real fucked, man. I'm sure
like in the year 2050, and all these kids are like, "Yeah, I had to go." All these guys are like, "Yeah, when I was a teenager, I had to get porn in the woods."
And they're gonna have to again too.
Yeah, because they had to do a masturbation passport.
Porn viewers will be asked to use the app to verify their age. Once verified, they'll receive 30 generated porn credits. With a 1-month validity, granting them access to adult content. Enthusiasts, people that want to view a little more, will be able to request extra credit.
You got to go in person, though. Show up like day one. You go, I need more credits. You go, use all 30 credits today. I need more credits.
I said I need more credit.
Go, what is this, fucking communist China? I need more credits, okay? Give me more credits.
There's gonna be people doing black market credits in the alleyway. Fucking 4 credits.
Go, come on, man. I just need a couple credits.
So yeah, you have to show up, and I don't think you have to show up.
That's the thing. They go, you can have as many credits as you want. You have to. It's like the DMV.
And there's a hot chick working there.
The DMV is all just dudes just waiting around, being like waiting for their number to get called. So he used 4,400 credits so far this month.
And they have it on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
Daniel Polishchuk.
Is there a Daniel Polishchuk here? We have your masturbation credits.
Daniel Polishchuk, who has used all his credits for pornography. Step up if you want one more credit.
Yeah, you gotta get them one at a time.
Daniel Polishchuk, we have here the credits. There's also gonna be all on a registry. Yeah, you just sign up on this public registry and you get more credits.
There's like a leaderboard. Who's used the most credits this month?
We've given you 30 credits. They didn't even make a dent. Step up if you'd like a few more credits.
That's the thing too. I don't know if even VPNs bypass this.
No, I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
Well, it's probably just connected to anything in that country, right?
Yeah.
But you have to understand, the big thing here is this is the in-between stage before they try to hit you with that traceable... What do they call it?
Social passport.
Social passport.
Yeah.
This is the start of it. You know how every invention always goes through porn, they always say?
Yeah.
Like every, the internet starts with porn.
VHS.
That's how they're going to get every dude that doesn't... Every dude's kind of like, I don't want to be fucking tracked on this app. It's like, I mean, you already kind of are, but how they're going to get you to officially be tracked totally by everything. It is really true. I don't know if you saw this. There was an AT&T hack the other day.
Yeah, where all this stuff came out. But they said there was no... it was every group chat got released. But there's no identifiers on it. It was just the raw data.
Yeah, but numbers were attached to a lot of it.
Oh, I didn't know about the numbers.
Well, apparently they said numbers were attached and the text messages were attached. However...
As an AT&T customer, you sweating a bit?
A little bit I was sweating. Fucking, I'm only human. You think I wasn't sweating a little bit? And the thing that they said, though, they were like, well, it wasn't the contents or what. But you're just reading this being like, okay, but so that's an option that potentially someone just goes in and... So what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, there's still...
Dude, you need to literally get the fucking, that whatever call it phone. I don't know. There's that one phone the conspiracy theorists use. Ari was saying he wants to get it.
Dumb phone or whatever?
I don't know what it's called, but the fact of the matter is this stuff can be hacked and they just have a data of just group chats and it can be hacked. You're like, okay, they're like, oh, close call. And you're like, so it was a close call?
You guys, are you doing anything about this to maybe...
I don't know.
Make sure it doesn't happen again?
What can you do, though?
I mean, I'm sure they have 1,000 people in this department.
I mean, this would be the Ashley
security.
Madison hack times fucking 10,000 if they just
I
released
thought
this.
iPhones, though, are...
Everyone's text messages for the last 5
I thought
years?
iPhones are encrypted, though, somewhat. I know they're not, like, super encrypted, but, like, I thought that, you know, all your shit's stored on your phone and probably AT&T. I don't know. Like, I don't know if your carrier can access...
The government seems to be able to get text messages somehow, one or another.
Yeah.
If they're looking for a crime, they seem to be getting the phone records. The
Android-
phone company they can get it.
Yeah, Android and iPhone, though, is different. Like, I don't know if because Android's technically all SMS messages, maybe it's just the Android users. And because iPhone has... I mean, I'm sure Android has security, too, so I don't know, but... I don't know what the AT&T. All I saw it come out, and then they were like, and maybe this is just damage control, and maybe it's not the case, but
Exactly. Who even knows what to believe, man?
just wait.
Danny's eating the slop. Oh, they got it under control.
It's all good. You got nothing to worry about. None of those damning texts will be coming out anytime soon, so don't worry, Ryan.
I mean, dude, it is one of those things where you basically are just like, it is possible in my lifetime everyone's released every text message and that's the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean the only thing, well, yeah, if it's
You go for your bunker, you run for the bunker.
Yeah, like if it's a spreadsheet that you can kind of like hit the find button on and just enter a phone number. Like
I think what happens is you take because that happens and they're basically like, mayhem is loose, and then you basically take your family before they can read the news of the thing, and you go, we have to get to the middle of nowhere. So that's the world's about to break down. We got to get to the bunker, and then should we take our phones, snap their phones?
No, that's how they find us. No phones.
And then you live happily ever after, and you shack in the woods.
I mean, you probably wouldn't have the worst life out there.
I'll tell you. Some people are living out in these cottage countries. They are just fucking chilling out there, and they're not tapped in, man.
Yeah, they're not tapped in.
They probably are tapped into Boomer fucking Facebook, but
maybe. But they just probably are just out on their tube.
there is a lot of people cruising around on a tube, not tapped in.
No. They're just bummed that they can't
Hanging in
drink.
Bob Cajun, watching the constellations.
Can't drink in tube. Can't drink in boat anymore. That's their big. Like people are like worried about politics. Their thing is like can't even have a fucking beer and drive the boat anymore.
Well, buddy, it is funny that you say that because the premier of Ontario, which is Doug Ford, the big thing right now, where in America they're like the president's almost getting shot. They're having these huge conversations about the fate of the world, essentially all the wars.
Meanwhile, in Ontario,
their big issue there is the LCBO is closed.
Yeah,
so the beer store is closed.
Yeah, you just can't buy hard liquor right now in Ontario.
That is actually the biggest issue right now. Is because the government, they always go on strike, right? Teachers and beer store employees go on strike every second, and they're just like, okay, well, why can't anyone else sell it? And they're just like, well, it has to be us.
It has to be us. We
You're
have
like,
a
why?
sweet monopoly on it. And
Why?
Well, it's because that's what funds their fucking roads and shit.
And their argument is like, well, that if you didn't let us sell it, you wouldn't make as much money. And they're like, well, we'll just charge the tax so we'd make exactly the same money and we'd have less bureaucracy. We'll kill you.
It's a fucking cushy job, okay? We're not just giving this up. Are you crazy?
That's the big thing over there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll tell you what. If there is any more big hacks, I probably won't get off, but I'll consider it.
Consider moving, jumping ship.
I'd strongly dude, just imagine how many people that just like the smallest thing, like they've just been trashing everyone that they work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've been talking shit about your boss all fucking year, and now that's public, and now you're fired. Like you're not fired, but you're like, how do you like?
John Gruden got fired for that.
What happened to him again? They found his emails talking shit about his boss.
They did a big investigation into the NFL, and then John Gruden was talking shit about Roger Goodell. Ari talked about it on Tucker Carlson, and they're like, he was just talking shit and called him like the F slur, and
well, it does feel like things have moving faster than like the security for normal people is like caught up, and you just have to like assume they got it under control, you know? And it turns out they do not.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll TBD on this AT&T.
How good would the wank be when you only have fucking one credit left?
Oh, that last wank.
When people are like looking for the perfect video.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't know. You go, if I click on this and it's a bad one. Click on it's only 30 seconds. Fuck.
Well, how do the credits work? Is it for a session or is it for a fucking
I hope it's not a timed thing. Like each one's only 2 minutes. You go, 2 minutes? I'm gooning over here.
And you see the fucking counter timing down.
Oh my god, it's like the old school like nudie.
You've just put 6 minutes on the clock.
It's like the Peep Show where you're in Times Square and then the fucking window goes down. And you go, no.
The system will be available by the end of the summer, and it will be voluntary. I don't get that part of it.
Well, it starts as voluntary.
Well, who would volunteer for that? What does that even mean? If we volunteer,
I guess,
are you going to volunteer to be on the credit wanking system?
It's you know what it is? It's the people who ban themselves from casinos. It's the same thing. It's because people are like have gambling problems and they go to the casino. They go, "I'd like you to ban me from the casino," and then because that way they can't get in. And they
so you think this is for porn addicts that put themselves on the credit system?
It's going to start as that, and then they're going to be like, now it's going to be mad just to test it out.
The problem they're trying to solve, I guess, they're saying is kids getting porn and it's fucking up their brains, which
which it probably is true.
Probably is. It should kind of be like that. And the question is, how do you do that without like?
Yeah.
Making everyone wait in the government line for their porn credit.
The line.
I guess the Face ID is the only way you do.
Well, they do it the same as the KYC for crypto or whatever. That's how it's going to be, where you just need ID but I mean,
but then how could a kid not just get a fake ID? Like
they will. I mean, there will be ways around this, I'm sure, but there will be not easy ways around this.
It'll crack down on a lot of it.
Well, here's the thing: if you get a fake ID. For example, if you're like, I'm going to use my buddy's ID, that ID's been registered.
But one of these things, it is going to fuck up a lot of dudes because there's going to be one of those things where it'll be like your internet will be, and the mom will kind of be like, okay, so we have the internet checking if the kid went on. It's like, oh no, he went on it twice yesterday. You're like, I'll talk to him. Like, it's going to be a lot of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
a lot of people who don't have ID now who are like, just like those guys are like, yeah, I don't have any ID. Fucking Johnny. You go, I gotta go get it. You got two now. You go, I gotta go get ID.
It heralds an EU law going into force in October 2027, which will require websites to stop minors from accessing porn.
Yeah, so it has a date when it's going to be in effect.
2027.
2027. So get those get those hard drives. Fill up those hard drives.
You got 3 years of cranking.
Oh, in other news, hard drives are out of stock in all of Spain.
Let the cranks begin. I would hate to have to get credits, man. But the thing is, it will likely be replaced by EU's very own digital identity system, the so-called wallet app, allowing people to access a smorgasbord of public and private services across the whole block.
So literally everything conspiracy theorists said about the whole COVID stuff with the passport.
They're doing it for porn. Well, it's better.
All this other shit too.
But I'm saying it's better to do it for porn because you're going to get less pushback because no one really wants to be that public about like we shouldn't have porn passports.
Same with COVID. They go, hey, there's like a health crisis.
People would,
But there was like, there's a health crisis emergency.
Yes,
so
we're
same doing principle. This. They roll it out for an emergency. Then they're like, now it's for porn.
Listen, even Rand Paul is going to be less wanting to stand up and going on a fucking hour-long tirade in the Congress about why you should be able to fucking wank more.
Yeah, for sure. He goes, I'm a goddamn libertarian.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like COVID didn't work because, too many people kind of were onto the shenanigans. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is how they get you the second time because there's not a lot of people that are going to be wanting to... Because liberals get in line with the government programs.
Yeah.
And I think the conservatives aren't going to want to fight for fucking wanking rights.
And not only that, but they're doing it. They're saying they're doing it. Your only option is to go vote out the party in power who's implementing it. And you're like, yeah, that's kind of like 10th on my list of problems. That's not my issue. I'm not going to be my single issue voter on the porn passport.
I know, right?
Right? So they're like, we have all these other problems. And I'm like...
And a lot of people do want them to solve it for kids. And they always do this where they go, yeah, we'll solve it. Also, we're going to get something out of it. Yeah. Oh, you think we're just going to solve a problem? Mm-hmm. We're going to solve a problem. We're going to kill two birds here.
Now when you jaywalk, money is directly debited out of your bank account.